When did you know there would be no second date? We asked this because got a message from Brady at Ben and Kelly Show, who told us this kind of epic story.
Yeah, it's a really kind of crazy story that inspired more crazy stories, and that's incredible.
Yeah, he says, I went on a few dates with someone recently. Last night was the moment we were going to seal the deal, you know? But I couldn't follow through. I walked into her home, and she had 3 very hyper chihuahuas and a cat.
Okay.
They were all over the place running around. They looked like big rats on Adderall, and the cat was constantly rubbing up on my leg. It was freaking me out. But he pressed through. Things got pretty heated between us on the couch, but the dogs were everywhere, and it was 90 degrees in her place. But I thought I could deal with it. Things ended up progressing to the bedroom, and I asked her if she wanted me to close the door, and she said no, the dogs would just scratch at it. It's also hotter in her bedroom than it was in the living room, and when I asked her if she was hot, like hinting turn on the AC, she said no.
Okay.
I don't like it too cold in my place. So again, I thought I could deal with it. Brady continues. Just as we were moving along and I was sweating like a pig and trying to breathe, all 3 of the dogs came busting in, jump up on the bed along with the cat, who I could see from the corner of my eye, walked in all creepy and slow, then finally jumps on the bed too and lays across my sweaty neck. It didn't faze her at all. Wow. From the heat to the animals everywhere, I finally just got up and was like, okay, I gotta go. She seemed frustrated, got a little passive aggressive, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't, and I don't even think I want to see her again. The lack of boundaries with her animals and the fact that she doesn't use the AC or care if anyone else is frying in her home are too many red flags, and I couldn't deal with it. It stinks.
I get it.
Yeah, he was like, it stinks because she closely resembles Margot Robbie, and I'm Robbie. Sorry,
Margot Robbie. Yeah, she's hot.
I'm starting to hate being single. LOL.
Oh, poor Brady.
So we threw out, we're like, man, all right. I guess a lot of red flags there. So when was it that you knew there wouldn't be a second date?
Lena on Facebook. When he stared at me the whole movie, waiting for my reactions.
Oh my gosh.
That's creepy.
That is a little creepy.
Laura, after he ate all his nachos before the movie, then told me he felt sick and told me he thought he might throw up. Made it through the movie, but that was it.
Oh.
Yikes.
Oh, he just got a little tummy ache.
On the snacks on the first date. That's not good.
Yeah, don't, listen, first date, don't overdo it on alcohol. Don't overdo it on food.
Yep. Christina, when he told me his name was Michael Jackson and that I couldn't call him Mike. Jennifer, when he started talking about his time in jail. But don't worry, it wasn't a felony charge.
Oh, yeah, don't worry about that.
It's fine. It's all good. Gerald, when her husband came to the restaurant we were eating at and asked her when she would be home for bed because he had to work early the next day. Oh, my God.
Well, that's an interesting relationship there.
That was very telling. And then, Bridget talked about his ex-wife, how much he loved her the entire date, first and last date. Oh, and the profile pics were photoshopped and were at least 20 years old. I thought he was the guy's dad when he showed up for the date.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kira wrote in and said it was a blind date, picked me up, and had a picture of me on the dashboard of his car. Never met him before this.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's kind of stalkery.
Dang.
Oh, dang. Oh, Amy Jo said, when he played race cars with the bread, the race cars crashed and he mutilated it and threw the pieces all over the table.
Oh, he's just a kid at heart.
It's like, what are you, 5?
Debbie said when he tells you he's living in his parents' basement and he's 42. Oh, gosh.
Oh, dang.
Brandy texted in and said when he was more obsessed with the Backstreet Boys and was trying to convince me he was Nick Carter's cousin.
No, for real, I am.
Really, I am.
No, I
am.
can prove it.
I am.
No, I can prove it.
I mean...
Oh, yeah. And Elizabeth, when he said he was 39 and his longest relationship had lasted 4 months.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of a red flag, I guess.
A little.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to add?
Stories.
When did you know there would be no second date? All right, 502-571 9970. We'll get to more of your...
One more. Crystal, when he took me to see Natural Born Killers and cheered when someone got murdered in the movie.
Nah, he just... probably a big fan of murder podcasts, right?
Oh, my gosh.
All right, 502-571. $99.70. More of your stories coming up here in just a few on 99.7 JX. So we got this message from Brady on 99.7 JX that kind of kicked off this when you knew there wouldn't be a second date conversation amongst us friends. And Catherine says, when he told me he was taking me to Make Out Rock.
Oh, wow.
On the first date. That's a bit bold, for sure.
It is a little. I mean, let's work up to that, maybe. Let's spend some time getting to know each other first.
Miranda said when he asked if I wanted to go out for ice cream, then after I ordered mine, he said he was on a diet.
Oh, what? That's weird.
I
mean,
yeah.
Are you kind of like shaming her for getting ice cream now?
Right. So what's the deal with that, for sure?
That's a little crazy.
Jenny said when he texted me after the first date and said he was falling in love with me.
Oh, that's a little much. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, if you've got those feelings, you can't handle how you feel, right? So if you've got those feelings, maybe just keep them to yourself after the first date. Maybe wait till the second date to drop that.
Oh my gosh, Debbie. He said on the first date that he had a medical condition we'll call ED.
Okay.
You catch what I'm throwing out there?
Yeah, like he couldn't stand a detention.
Exactly. And then he told me all of his other medical issues because I'm a nurse.
Hey, you know what? He's like, might as well.
I don't have to give you a copay.
That's right.
I'm just going to try to knock out a few issues here.
That's right. Oh, my gosh. I got a text from a listener when he asked me on the first date if I plucked my eyebrows. I mean, I guess that's random. I don't know if that would be
That's a bizarre question. Who asked that?
Oh, okay. All right.
Who pays attention to that? Seriously, that's bizarre.
Maybe he is he works at a salon and he does that and he's like, oh, wow, do you pluck your eyebrows? Or maybe he was wanting to know if they were natural like that.
But then, is there a right or wrong answer? Like, is it bad if you say yeah, or bad if you say no? And then you're a savage because you don't take care of personal grooming.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know.
It's a little much.
Yeah. So, anyways, Stephanie, he took me out for a steak dinner. Promptly freaked out when I ordered my steak more rare than medium. I asked for my check when he said he couldn't watch me eat bleeding meat and took me my very delicious dinner home. My one regret was not feasting on it like Predators of the Wild episode.
Wow. Yeah, you find out you're immediately incompatible in a certain area.
Man.
There's so many to go through. There's so many.
There are a lot of things that you can do that will solidify that you are not going to see this person again.
Yeah.
Like Ashley, when he said, I can't wait to have kids and walk my daughter down the aisle to this song after I clearly stated I wasn't interested in having more kids prior to the date.
Oh, awkward.
Oh, that is awkward. All right. Well, anyways, if you want to add to the thread, you can. We have it up at Facebook at Ben and Kelly Show.